Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com with the injury report going into the national championship game. Everybody wants to know the latest on Jaylen Waddle, if he's going to play, if he's going to be used as a decoy. Here's Nick Saban with the latest on Sunday, January 10th, before the title game.
Well, he has been able to practice to some degree. I think the biggest challenge is, can he sustain in the game? And it'll be a game time decision as to whether he thinks he can play and go out there and do his job well enough to contribute to the team. And we won't know that until we get out there after pregame warm-up.
Nick Saban talked about LaBryan Ray and Malachi Moore. So let's first start with LaBryan Ray, defensive lineman that Alabama could certainly use going into this game against Ohio State. We've talked about Ohio State's run game, stopping Trey Sanders. The more defensive linemen, the better. He also talked about Malachi Moore. Malachi Moore is Alabama's star-studded freshman who has 44 tackles this year, has kind of that mini Minkah Fitzpatrick vibe going on with 44 tackles, 3 interceptions. Nick Saban provided an update on Sunday morning. Here is that update from Nick Saban going into the title game.
Malachi Moore is probably still very questionable for the game. LaBryan Ray, probably a little bit more probable. He's been able to practice this week, and hopefully we'll get some contribution from him.
2 other injuries of note for Alabama. Landon Dickerson, their starting center, who is an All-American, will be out of this game after suffering a knee injury against Florida. And then you have Trey Sanders, who was injured in a car accident in November of 2020. He will be out as well. Now, for Ohio State, everybody wants to talk about Justin Fields, and rightfully so. Fields suffered a brutal hit during the Sugar Bowl, went out of the game, came back in, finished out unbelievable, 22 of 28, 385 yards with 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. Now, a couple days ago, we got to hear from head football coach of Ohio State, Ryan Day, talk about the performance and the play of Justin Fields. Here's that interview on his quarterback going into the title game.
Our medical people are the best in the country at what they do. They identify what's going on. They communicate with the player, and they diagnose what happened and then make the decision on whether he's able to go back in the game. And that's what happened here. And obviously they use the feedback of the player too. And what an unbelievable competitor Justin is. I mean, just never forget that night. He's just tough. And people forget that what happened in the Team Up North game when he took that shot in the knee. One play came out, he went back in. 1 play later, and threw a touchdown pass, scrambling to his left to Garrett Wilson in the back of the end zone. I mean, that was like, whoa. And then this was another one. So then the way to see him come back after that hit and throw 4 touchdown passes, throw the ball 65 yards down the field, I mean, unbelievable.
Are there things that you look at, though, with, just of making a determination of whether he can protect himself? I don't think anybody questions his competitiveness and interest in being out there, but just as far as whether he can protect himself, the way he can move around at all, etc.
I mean, yeah, that's up to our medical people, and it's the same thing we do for every game.
We are officially 1 day away from the national championship game. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. We'll be back with tons of coverage during the title game, after the title game, right here on BamaInsider.com. Oh, and before you go, definitely follow us on social media at Bama Insider, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter, and check out some of these other videos down below. And be sure and hit the bell, subscribe. We appreciate you guys more than you know. Talk soon right here on BamaInsider.com.